were there any difficulties in marrying out of the Vietnamese race? Có, dĩ nhiên có rồi. Ba má của Leyna từ lúc mà a teenager nói là con phải lấy chồng người Việt. It's okay, and I understood it. I get it. I completely get it. But I was the only Asian girl in my high school growing up in Minnesota. Không có bạn bè người Việt ở Minnesota. When I went to college, same thing. And then now in this industry, there's not a lot of Vietnamese people. So all the circles, all my friends and all the people I work with, they're not Vietnamese. And so it was really difficult. It's my mom and dad's dream, and it probably still was, although now my mom and dad so love my husband that and I said, okay, bây giờ mà thương hơn thương con rồi đó, because she's always asking, con nấu chi cho Mike ăn chưa? And no, because I don't have time to really cook. I kind of feel sorry for him that he married me. But of course, in the beginning, my mom and dad were, they really wanted me to marry someone Vietnamese. And you know what? Had I known anybody, it's great. There are challenges because, like cái tiếng mà anh yêu em, that's so, it's just, and I don't have that. So it's different. But what I do have is a person who really understands me, understands my work and the challenges that I have and the schedule that I mean, he has to put up with a lot too from me, with my personality. So yeah, there were challenges, but we overcame them. And it's I don't see it like black and white. I don't see brown and white. I don't see that. I see a person that has to, I mean, it's difficult for me. That's why it took me that long to get married. 36 tuổi, my mom always say, già đầu rồi lấy chồng cho rồi, But I don't want to get divorced. I want to marry the right person and just marry one person. A lot of my friends in this business have been married 3-4 times, and I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that no matter what color he is, that he's the right person. And the thing about him is his family, Người Ý, I don't know if you have any friends who are Italian, but Người Ý, their family structure is a lot like ours. And he respects his parents and he values elders, which the American, the white American community really doesn't. And so, I didn't marry him for his skin color. I married him for his values, and they had to match mine. And my values are very Vietnamese. So I know that it was difficult for them at first, and then when they got to know him and they got to know his family and our families like this, so it worked out nicely. Well, I'm as you can see, I have a very strong personality, and I'm very blunt. I'm not, I don't think I'm a very romantic person, unfortunately. I'm, just the facts, ma'am, kind of, and I'm, I don't have a lot of patience. And I strive for, I mean, it's like, when I was little, my dad really pushed us. I mean, I brought home an A, and it wasn't enough. It was, how come it's not an A+? And I would be so just really heartbroken. And when I talk to students, that's one thing I talk to them about, is that our parents are from a different culture, but also a different generation. And so now as a parent, there are a lot I want to take from my parents and the Vietnamese culture. But then there's also a lot that I don't want to take from it. And that is, I want to encourage my children more. I want to be more, obviously I want to be a mom, but I also want to be a friend. And our Vietnamese culture is, cha mẹ nói sao là con cái phải nghe như vậy. Which is most of the time that's pretty right, because mom and dads do know best. But a lot of the times it just doesn't work. I mean, you want your kids to trust you enough to tell you. If they've got problems and concerns, why let them go learn from someone else, who might not know what's going on? And so I want my kids to be able to not be so frightened to bring things up. I mean, I wish I had the relationship with my mom that my friends had growing up. where they were almost like friends and they shared all their secrets, and mình thắc mắc cái gì thì mình hỏi mẹ của mình, nhưng mà the Vietnamese culture is not like that. So that I would like to change. But I'm a strict parent. And I got that from my parents. And that I probably won't change. But it's you ask about did it prevent, or were there any difficulties in marrying out of the Vietnamese race? Of course there are, but you know what? Had I married within, there would have been other difficulties too. And so, all I can say, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and one thing about me is that I'm fair. I may not agree with you, but I love the fact that you've got your views, to stand by them. I wanted to get into law too because I love arguing, but I love dialogue. So it's like, I don't want you to have to agree with me, but I love that we can talk about it. And I'll try my best to persuade you to think my way, but it's okay that you don't. And that's how people grow, and that's how we move forward and change. So when you meld two cultures and two communities, and a lot of good can come out of it. Yeah.
Kristine Sa xin phép ngừng chương trình cho một vài phút, và sau những phần thông tin thương mại, chúng tôi sẽ trở lại với cuộc phỏng vấn của chúng tôi với cô Leyna Nguyen. Xin quý vị đừng đổi đài truyền hình.
Việt Family Magazine, Nguyệt Sang dành riêng cho gia đình với hơn 100 trang màu và nhiều bài viết phong phú về y khoa gia đình, truyện tranh lịch sử, khoa học kỹ thuật, sắc đẹp thời trang, du lịch, văn nghệ, luật pháp, truyện ngắn, gỡ rối tơ lòng, bếp nhà ta nấu. Việt Family Magazine được sự cộng tác của nhiều nhà văn, nhà báo nổi tiếng và bạn đọc khắp nơi. Việt Family Magazine sẽ luôn là người bạn thân thiết trong mọi gia đình, mọi lứa tuổi. Báo có bán tại các tiệm sách báo băng nhạc trên toàn quốc Hoa Kỳ và Canada. Để đặt mua báo, xin liên lạc 714-891-7818, Việt Family Magazine 714-891-7818.